Abstract painting can be lots of fun, but it can also get pretty pricey. So if you've been wanting to try it out, I've found a cheap and economical way to get you started. I'm using some very cheap materials, but they endure and you'll love the outcome. So come along, let's get started and I'll show you some of the work that I've done and we'll do a painting together. So since one of my videos, I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago, I did a abstract painting, a layered process, and I think it came out pretty good. But since that time, I've been really working on some pieces, and I want to show you what I've been doing. So this was the piece that I've done from the video. It's on construction paper of all things, and when I first tried it out, I was like, this is not going to work because the paper is very thin. But actually, the layered process of the paints actually makes the piece very durable, right? I just want to show you a few of these that I've done. This is another one. Here's another one. Now, these are acrylics. You know, the paints are very bright. I love the outcome. I just use brushes, knives, and anything to kind of move the paint around. And I think the process is pretty cool, right? So, like I said in the video, I found a bunch of construction paper in my studio and it was just sitting there for years. I was an art teacher and during COVID and, you know, when it came to cleanup time at the end of that school year, they were going to throw everything out. So I went in and I said, no, I'm going to take these materials. They want to throw it out. So it's been sitting there. I have not known what I was going to do with it until now. So I had white construction paper, I had newsprint, and I also found this black construction paper, which we're going to do a piece on today. The materials that we're going to use today are very simple. I'm going to use a roller, right? Get this on here. Yeah, I think that works. Some house paint that I put in these jars that I get from, you know, get these from the Chinese food store. They put the iced tea and fruits in here and I save them. I got a bunch of them. I use them as paint jars. So this is house paint, regular paint that you get from the big box chain department stores, right? And I guess we're going to use a couple of cheap brushes, right? So we're going to do a piece and I'm going to show you my process. So come along and let's get started. Okay, folks, so this is not going to be a long drawn out process. Actually, I really don't know how this is going to go because this is going to be an expressive piece and we're just going to go with the flow. So I'm going to begin by laying a ground on this black paper. Again, this is construction paper. It's very thin. So we're going to take some white house paint and we're just going to roll an initial ground on the paper. Okay. And already you can see the possibilities, right? So I'm not going to use much. I love the texture of the roller. And I'm just lightly rolling it on and allowing this black to show through. Bring it down a little bit more here. Okay. All right, so far so good. I like what's happening. If you want to make these rollers last, what I suggest that you do is that you wrap it with a plastic bag and the moisture will hold on the roller and it won't dry up. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to dry this with a hair dryer to speed up the process. Because it's a thin paper, you're going to get some buckling. There's going to be some bumps, but it's okay. You can press it out. You know, I usually kind of press it like this. And the more layers you add, the more sturdier the paper will get. But just to speed things up, I'm just going to rub this out a little bit and we'll keep going, right? All right, so I think we're going to try some gray here. And I'm going to take my knife. Maybe I'll tape it down a little bit because those edges are very crummy. That's the trade-off. When you're using cheap paper, it buckles up, right? But the more layers that you put on of paint, it will begin to flatten out. That's the trade-off, but believe me, folks, it is worth it. All right, I'm just going to tape this side and this side, this corner. Okay. All right. I'm going to take my knife. This paint is pretty thick in here. But house paint lasts for a long time. And let's just do a design. Again, let's bring out the dryer. What happens when we put some tan in here? Now, house paint, it's like an acrylic, and they're very mixable too, so this right on top. And I think that will do it. One of the things I love is I love peeling this stuff off. And you know, other artists have used like these peels to do like collages with, and you know, it's pretty awesome what you can do with things that you would normally throw away. All right, I'm going to scrape some of these areas off because they're a little bit too bubbly for me, and just to kind of speed up this drying process. Maybe this is a mistake, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, this paint is really thick on here, right? And it's probably thicker than what I wanted it to be, so I'm just going to remove some of it. But that's okay. You can fix in the process. Very lightly. I'm just kind of scraping it along. All right. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing so far, but I am not totally convinced that we're there. So I always go with my trusted oil pastels. They never fail me. I love using these things, and they just bring the life out of a painting sometimes. So what I normally do is I tend to use lines, and maybe there's a symbol that you like, or there's like a motif that you love that you can put into your work. Sky's the limit. Me, I just have a fascination with lines, and I tend to use them over and over and over again. So let me try. Oh, let me go with the black. See what that looks like. I'm trying to find a black. I think this is it. Yeah. I think the black will do the trick. Oh yeah, I'm loving that. It's definitely darker than the page. I have a fascination with the 3 crosses. I love using these things, and they just bring the life out of a painting sometimes. So what I normally do is I tend to use lines, and maybe there's a symbol that you like, or there's like a motif that you love that you can put into your work. Sky's the limit. Me, I just have a fascination with lines, and I tend to use them over and over and over again. So let me try. Oh, let me go with the black. See what that looks like. I'm trying to find a black. I think this is it. Yeah. I think the black will do the trick. Oh yeah, I'm loving that. It's definitely darker than the page. I have a fascination with the 3 crosses too. It shows up a lot in my work. It's brown. All right, I think that is it. So, you can take these paintings as far as you want to go. You can layer the paint. You can do all sorts of markings. You can scrape it away. There's all kinds of things that you can do. So, as you can see, it's pretty durable. It will last. You can even put like a clear coat on it or some gel medium on it to seal it. It's a great way to get into abstracts, and very economical, because if you mess up, hey, the paper's cheap. You could just throw it away, but don't throw it away. All right. So that's it for tonight. I love you all. Yahweh bless you. I hope you got something out of this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share. And I will definitely talk to you guys again soon. Peace out.